Welcome to Non-Fiction Reviews. The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan is a landmark work of feminist literature, published in 1963. The book explores the unfulfilled lives of American women in the 1950s and early 1960s, and argues that the root cause of their dissatisfaction was not personal, but rather the result of cultural and social pressures that defined women's roles as homemakers and wives. The book is credited with sparking the second wave of feminism in the United States. Friedan opens the book by describing what she calls the problem that has no name. She argues that women of her generation were trapped in a cultural and social construct that left them unfulfilled and unhappy, despite the fact that they seemed to have everything they needed. Women were expected to marry and have children, and their worth was measured by their success as wives and mothers. Friedan argues that this narrow definition of women's roles left many feeling empty and unfulfilled, and contributed to a sense of mystique around femininity that was ultimately harmful to women. The book explores a range of issues that contributed to the problem that has no name, including the limited opportunities available to women in education and the workplace, the pressure to conform to traditional gender roles, and the prevalence of Freudian psychoanalysis that pathologized women's desire for autonomy and self-fulfillment. Friedan argues that these factors combined to create a society in which women were unable to achieve their full potential, and were instead forced to live in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction and unfulfillment. Throughout the book, Friedan draws on a wide range of sources to support her arguments, including interviews with women who are struggling with the issues she describes, as well as psychological and sociological research. She also highlights the contributions of women throughout history who have challenged traditional gender roles, and argues that women today must continue to fight for their rights and for the freedom to define themselves on their own terms. The impact of the feminine mystique was immediate and far-reaching. The book struck a chord with many women who felt trapped by the cultural and social expectations of their time, and it helped to spark a wider conversation about the status of women in American society. The book was widely read and discussed, and it is credited with inspiring a new generation of feminist activism and scholarship. Today, The Feminine Mystique remains an important work of feminist literature, and its insights and arguments continue to resonate with readers. The book highlights the ways in which gender roles and cultural expectations can limit individual potential and create a sense of dissatisfaction and unfulfillment. It also serves as a reminder of the importance of continuing to fight for women's rights and the freedom to define oneself on one's own terms. Here are 5 takeaways from the book. The idea of the problem with no name. Friedan's book gave voice to a pervasive yet unnamed issue affecting countless women at the time, the sense of dissatisfaction and unfulfillment experienced by many housewives who felt trapped in the domestic roles. The limitations of the feminine mystique. Friedan critiques the idea of the feminine mystique, the notion that a woman's sole purpose in life is to marry, have children, and keep a tidy home, as an oppressive and limiting ideal that prevents women from achieving their full potential. The social and psychological implications of sexism. Friedan argues that sexist cultural norms and expectations are not only detrimental to women's personal fulfillment, but also have broader social and psychological implications, such as contributing to a lack of female representation in leadership positions. The importance of education and career opportunities. Friedan emphasizes the need for education and career opportunities for women, not only as a means to personal fulfillment but also as a way to challenge the patriarchal system that perpetuates gender inequality. The power of collective action. Friedan's book was a catalyst for the second-wave feminist movement, highlighting the power of collective action and social movements in effecting change. Overall, The Feminine Mystique is a powerful and groundbreaking work that has had a profound impact on American society and culture. It continues to be a must-read for anyone interested in feminist theory and the history of women's rights, and it remains a relevant and insightful exploration of the challenges and opportunities faced by women in the modern world. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content on non-fiction. Let us know in the comments what other non-fiction books you like to see on our channel.